Hello, welcome to Inspired Beauty. This is the place where hopefully you'll catch a little inspiration, we'll talk a little beauty, maybe you'll pick up a tip or two. I'm Jen Tiffany and I'm so excited that you are here. If you're here, say hello. It's social media. I want to get to know you if I don't already know you. If I know you, I expect you to say hi. Say hello. It's the right thing to do, right? Isn't it Sheldon on Big Bang that says like there are social obligations? Social obligation to say hello. So we're just putting on some Uplift Beauty Serum is what I just put on first because we want to get rid of those wrinkles and prevent more. And then this is just a daily renewing moisturizer. And then we'll get into some makeup and some primer and all the good stuff. So today, let's talk about what's holding you back. What's holding you back? What are you being held back from? I know we all have things, right? We all have things, whether it is career, relationship, maybe your appearance or weight, financial. We all have setbacks, right? It's just how we deal with them. But I think it's also about figuring out what it is that we let hold us back. Usually it's fear, right? I've been taking this mindset class with Deb Erickson, and it is phenomenal. And I'm learning so much about mindset, how the conscious brain works with the subconscious mind. I mean, it's fascinating to me. And for the first time, I feel like I'm getting to the root of some things which never happened before. So it's almost like, you know how you are, right? We know how we are. We know our patterns, but we don't always understand why they are our patterns. Just a little bit of primer here. This is gonna keep our makeup in place all day. Gonna help. Those brows look wonderful, don't they? Gonna help keep everything in place. Gonna help fill pores so you don't have that appearance of large pores. Let that set for a minute while we get our foundations ready. We're mixing. Don't be afraid to mix your foundations to get the perfect color, especially as you transition into seasons. I'm not as tan as I want to be, so that's why I've got to mix one of the lighter in. So, it's powerful to understand, to get to the root of why some of my patterns are the way they are. What was really amazing to me is, did you know that most of your patterns or what holds you back or what motivates you was set at age 7? What? Age 7! Like, that's so hard for me to even understand. But that is when the subconscious mind is established. Your set point is established. It can be changed over time, but what is really interesting is your subconscious is there to really keep you safe. That's why the subconscious is there. Let's pat on our liquid foundation. This is the best foundation in the world. If you're looking for a good foundation, we need to talk because you'll like this. Start with your foundation too in the middle and work your way out. That way you're not going to get all of those harsh lines. This goes on as a liquid, dries as a powder. So at age 7, so here I am now, how many years later, and a lot of, the majority of who I am was established then. And then it was either reinforced or changed or new fears came in over time. So the subconscious keeps you safe. That's the part of the brain that is saying, look, we've got something down here. Don't be afraid just to dab your foundation on those spots. Just make sure you blend it all in. So, I lost my train of thought because I'm looking at the foundation. So the subconscious mind, bear with me, right? Bear with me. If you know me, like there are squirrel moments all the time. So the subconscious mind essentially is the part of the brain that is saying, it keeps you safe. So it's like, oh yeah, that's safe. We can do that. That sounds okay. But it's also the part of the brain that when you want to try something new says, no, we've tried that before and we didn't like it. We didn't like how it made us feel, or, we've never been successful with that. So let's just stay in our safe zone. Let's not do that again. We're not about that. We like to lay back and play it safe. Whereas your conscious mind, I kind of like to equate it, like in my world, it's like the crazy girl throwing beads off the Mardi Gras float. Like, woohoo, let's do this. We can do this. I'm going to lose 40 pounds and I'm going to conquer the world. Do you ever realize, like, when you get really hyped about some goals and you're hyped for a day or two and then it kind of like goes away? Do you know why? Because the conscious brain, your conscious mind, doesn't have an attention span. So the subconscious sneaks back in and goes, oh, good, thank goodness she's calmed down about that, because we're over here in our comfort zone and we're happy. Isn't that fascinating? So here I am going, what? Like, I set all these goals and I get so excited. Why do I lose my motivation? That's why. Because that subconscious mind is back there saying, nope, we're good. Status quo is okay with us, right? But you can train yourself out of that, through affirmations. The class I'm taking with Deb Erickson, she has some neuro tools. So what I like to think about is, if you could, I always seem to get something in my eye whenever we're live. It's always a wonderful thing. Let's get our brows done. So, what I like is thinking what's possible if I can overcome some of these limiting beliefs, limiting behaviors. Think of what's possible. Think of what is possible. And I think awareness is key too, to start watching when you want to do something new. Like, for example, I know that there are some of you who have seen that, have seen the new car bonus with my company. It's a $250 cash bonus, right? It can be used towards your car. It's a monthly bonus, and there's some other cash bonuses too. But it could be used for anything else. So maybe you have credit card debt, or maybe you want to start a Christmas club, or maybe you just need an extra $250 on top of everything else that you're making. So there are some of you that saw that and said, wow, that could really solve, my problem. That could really help me out. Maybe I should do that. And you got really excited for a minute, and then you got scared. And then fear set in, whether it is fear of what people will think, fear of failing. Fear of failing is a huge, very real fear. What if I do this and I fail? Well, first off, let me tell you, there's no failures. You're always learning. So whatever is holding you back, maybe I'm not good at that. I tried something like this in the past. I didn't succeed. That's your subconscious saying, nope, we've done this before. Can't do it again. Well, let me tell you, you can. Whether it is this business or whatever your goal, we're just using this business as an example. I like to turn it around and say, instead of, what if I fail? What if it doesn't work? What if I make a fool of myself? Listen, I make a fool of myself every day. I've gotten used to it. There's some of you who are probably sitting across the screen right now going, I can't believe that, this girl comes on and does her makeup every day. But you know what? My goals are bigger than my fears. And being able to help people, if I help one of you, then my goal, I feel good, right? Like, I'm in this business to help people. So that's how I overcome my fear. So you change your what ifs. What if I make a fool of myself? What if somebody doesn't like it? What if somebody says something? I like to take it to the other side. What if I help one person? What if this really connects with the person who needed to hear this today? What if I've given somebody a more positive outlook on today? What if I've given somebody a tip that's going to make them feel more beautiful and confident? So you got to change those what ifs. But it's a process. It is a process to change that subconscious mind. And you have to just do it. You have to just do it. Whatever that goal is, you have to just step out in faith and give it a try. And you know what? The more you do it, it's going to feel really uncomfortable the first time you try it, and probably the second time, and probably the third time. But it will get better, and it will get easier, Do you think it was easy the first time I went on Facebook Live? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Like, hello, I'm live. What's going to happen? But I've done it so much that it's easier. I don't have any panic about it now. So that's what you have to do, and that's how you start training that subconscious mind. So I want you to think about the possibilities in your life. You know, what can you change? Listen, let's talk about a trap that I was in all of my life, right? All of my life. I have battled weight problems all of my life. And for me, because that's also like a self-confidence thing, that has affected so many areas of my life. And I may not show it to a lot of people, but it's there. Trust me, it's there. So, again, subconscious mind, every time, you know, I'm going to start going to the gym, I'm going to eat healthy, I'm going to change my ways, I'm going to lose 40 pounds, right? You get excited, you get pumped, you get your plan together, you get your shopping list together, workout schedule. And then what I would do is, after a week in, you know, like with that first cheat meal, right? The first cheat meal, I was done. You know why? Because my subconscious knows, like, that's what I do. That's my pattern. So what I have learned from Deb is start with 1% changes and start telling yourself a different story. So when I recently, like, it's maybe almost 3 months now, which is like a new record, and I'm quite proud of myself. But I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't feeling good at all. I mean, not happy about my weight, but just not feeling good in general. So I said, you know, like, it's got to be something food-wise. So I am going to cut out, like, I'm going to eliminate carbs or lower carbs. I'm going to try to eliminate gluten, sugar, see if I feel better. Okay, I did. I eliminated it, and I felt so much better. Weight started to come off, which was a bonus. Isn't that gingerly gorgeous? Let me halt on my weight loss story for 1 second, and then I will get back into what I've been doing that has been working for me and how I've changed my ways on that. Oh my gosh, I love that color. So, quickly, let's play with the Defend Innocence bundle. 100% of the proceeds of this bundle go to defendinnocence.org, which will use the money to provide education on preventing childhood sexual abuse. So we really have a chance to make a difference. It is a gorgeous bundle. This is a Lip Crush lip powder. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to show you that today, but it's pretty cool. There is a shadow that we're definitely going to use. It's a pressed shadow with a metallic finish and a metallic kind of gunmetal gray liner. So we're going to use that. So we're going to take this and kind of sweep it over our lid, and then we might do something else with it. I don't know. We might get a little crazy. So my weight. So I eliminated, you know, I eliminated gluten. I eliminated sugar, you know, reduced it all. I don't want to say completely eliminated. Reduced it all and felt so much better. Is that color not gorgeous? So you can get this color, feel beautiful, and be making a huge difference. When makeup feels good, it's even better, right? So I told myself this time, like, it's not going to be an all or nothing thing. I'm not saying that I'm never going to eat, you know, carbs again. Not going to say that, but I'm going to be aware because I'm feeling better now. And if I fell off, you know, if I felt like I had way too many calories in one day, or if I felt like I kind of fell off, the story, instead of where like that trap was in the past, the trap was that I was like, oh, well, you know, I tried, not going to do it again. This time I told my story differently, and I said, that's okay. You know, if I had a day that I wasn't happy with, that's okay, because, you know, tomorrow is a new day, and I'm going to do this, and you have to keep telling yourself a different story. Habits, especially, you know, things that are deep in the subconscious, they take time to change, right? They take time. So you have to tell your story differently. So my story is I'm not perfect, and I may have moments where I'm not eating the right things, but as a whole, I'm doing better. So that's kind of been my 1%. I've been able to stick with this for 3 months now. That's going to picnics. That's going out to eat with friends, been able to stick with it. That's something like it's a huge victory. I've never been able to do it before. And a lot of it is because of this mindset class that I realize where my pitfalls have been. Is that not just beautiful? Let's use the dip and draw. So I think that, and let me tell you, I'm not the best housekeeper. I'm not. I'm busy, first off. And I procrastinate a lot, which I will get to in 1 second because that was also something interesting that I learned about my behavior. So instead of saying, that's it, I'm going to organize the entire house, I'm going to get it all done. I really like this color. If you are a wing kind of person, you're going to love it. Like, it does not come off. It doesn't come off. It's waterproof. It's going to last all day. I mean, it will wash off easily with your cleanser. Stays all day. Do not fear that it's a liquid liner. You can use it. Trust me. If I can do it, you can do it. So with my house, I said, okay, I'm going to start changing my patterns. So when you are doing something that you don't typically do, behaviors you don't typically do, you will, when faced with, out of your comfort zone, doing something you don't want to do, you're going to be into fight or flight. For me, it's flight. If there's something I don't want to do, suddenly I will find 1,000,001 other things that need to be done that moment so I don't have to do the thing that I don't want to do. So learning that, now I'm able to recognize it. So when it comes to, let's see if I can fix that lighting a little bit, or I'm just that pale. I'm going to take this again and we're going to just kind of sweep it under. Just to kind of give a little pop on that under eye there. Gives like just a nice little beautiful touch of color. And then we're going to come in with that, what we use in the crease, just to kind of finish the look a bit. So now when it comes to things around the house, I keep the 1% change in mind. So I don't set out and say, I'm going to clean the whole house. Don't do that. Doesn't work for me. So what I do now is I will start a task, and then when I feel like quitting, when I'm done doing what I'm doing, I go 1%. 1%. Meaning, I'm going to just remind myself to do one more thing. One more thing. And you know what happens? When you do that one more thing, then you go, I can do one more thing. I can do one more thing. My house is getting in order. It's getting in order. So these are just little tips that have helped me so much. And I hope that maybe, obviously we didn't go very deep into it, but I hope that there are some things in there that will help you too. I just figure if it helps me, somebody out there could use that tip as well. So I wanted to pass that along because I think obviously if you can change your mindset and change, start reprogramming your subconscious mind, you can make big changes in your life. And what does that look like? What does that allow you to accomplish? What kind of life does that allow you to live? Like, it's huge, right? It's huge. You could be a rock star in my business. You can do whatever you want to do. Look at this real quick. Epic. Big news about Epic. Are you ready? Are you ready? August 20th. Like, this is basic black is what Epic comes in. On August 20th, it's going to come in brown. Yeah, it is. I have a pre-order list. I can't wait. So if you want the brown, let me know. Also on August 20th, where are my waterproof girls at? The black will come in waterproof as well. Super pumped about that. So I'll be placing a big order. You can go on my site on August 20th as well if you want to grab it, or I can grab it for you, whichever is easier for you. So with the changing your subconscious, changing your mindset, the 1% changes, think about like those 1% changes, I think, are changes that will stick. I think they have more, better likelihood of staying. So think of what these 1% changes add up to over a year's time. It may seem fairly insignificant right now, but in a year's time, That can be huge, right? That can be huge. So this has been, I mean, truly such an amazing, gosh, I love this mascara so much. If you're not using it, you have to try it. I would not let you down, I promise you. In the event that you're one of my weird friends who wouldn't like it, because there's always that person, right? There's always that person who doesn't like it. There is a 14-day Love It guarantee on all products. So you don't have to worry. You're not going to have to put it in the makeup graveyard. We will exchange it, return it, do all the things, whatever we need to do to make you happy. Okay, let's contour real quick, and then we're going to wrap up. But over the long term, these 1% changes can be really big, right? So I say all of this to you today because I know you have potential. I know you do. Maybe you don't have self-confidence in that potential right now. Or maybe you're like me that, and I don't say this to be arrogant. I hope it doesn't come across that way. I always felt like there was something more for me. I've always felt like that. I still feel like that. I don't exactly know what it is, but I feel like there's something more. And I'm a firm believer that to get to something more, you have to grow into that. So that's why I do a lot of these trainings. I mean, it fascinates me, but I also want to grow into your greatness. That's what we're doing. That's where personal development comes in. You know, you want to grow into your greatness. I wish I had understood, you know, the concept of personal development years ago. Like, I think, gosh, where could my life be? But there's no sense in looking back, right? We're looking forward. I'm thankful for today. I'm thankful that I have the knowledge that I have today. And I'm thankful that I'm going to gain more knowledge today to have tomorrow. And I hope that I can help you because I don't want you to be stuck. There's nothing, I think, more frustrating in life than being stuck. And, you know, I see some of my friends who, you know, they're just stuck. They don't know where to go from here. And I'm not judging because I understand that feeling completely. It's bronze. Let's just do a nude, what do you think? Just like a nude lip. I don't know if this is going to be dark enough. This is one of our lip glosses. Not bad. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Let's try another one. We'll just mix it up. But anyway, I think that being stuck is frustrating. And, you know, you get to write the story of your life. Like, I love that quote. You write the story of your life. Whatever you want it to be, it can be. And I know that sometimes we sit there and go, oh, you know, that's not the case for me. It can't happen for me. Well, it can. Now, sometimes it doesn't always happen the way that we want it to happen. That's a lesson that I've learned, is sometimes you get like a goal in mind and you're like, that's what I want. That's what I want to happen. And things happen, but maybe not in the way that we thought, but it's still good. Recognize the good in your life. Recognize the progress. Don't beat yourself up because I've been there. I understand that. I used to say to people, you can judge me all you want, but I'm going to be harder on myself than you'll ever be. Take it easy on yourself. We don't have to beat ourselves up, right? Give yourself a break. And take some of these tips and try them out and let me know if they work for you because I would love that. I would love that. That would make my day. My goal is to help others. And that is my little knowledge transfer for you to thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate your support so much. You have no idea. I love you guys. I really do. If you have any questions on anything that I put on my face, let me know. I will be happy to help you out. You can check out the shades on jentiffany.com. You are welcome to share this video if it helped you out and you think your friends need to hear it. That Defend Innocence bundle that I showed you the shadow and also has the lip color and the liner. That is only available while supplies last. 100% of the proceeds go to defendinnocence.org. Please help us spread that conversation. Touch as many people as we can. Make a ripple of conversation. And you have yourself an amazing day. Try a 1% change today. And then let me know how it goes. I would love to know. All right, guys. Have an amazing day. Talk to you soon.